So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about narcissists. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you are a person who is dealing with a narcissist, who lives with a narcissist, who's married to one, or let's say your parents are narcissistic, or you just have a narcissist in your life that's just close to you and you're just within proximity of them on a daily basis. This video is for you. We live in a time, we are so blessed in 2025 that we live in a time to where, and I don't even know if it's a blessing anymore, but with all this technology and with YouTube and with everybody, with all the information that we have an abundance of information about narcissists at this point. I'm sure that every single person who clicked on this video knows what narcissists are now, by now. From either watching videos about it, learning about it, or dealing with, a narcissist, firsthand in your own life. So if you are still dealing with a narcissist, I'm just trying to figure out, why are you still dealing with that person? Because you, at this point, and I don't know how long it's been, I personally have dealt with narcissists, and it took me some years. It took me some years, but once I realized that's who they were, and the nature of the person, and the fact that with me being only a human, and realizing that I will never be able to change this person, it's not my job to change this person. I finally was able to say, okay, what am I doing here? I gotta go. And I'm wasting my life dealing with this kind of person. It's destroying me from the inside out. So you have to remove yourself from around these people, period. There's just the end of story. I don't know how you're gonna do that. I don't know what it requires. I don't know, what you're going to have to leave behind because of the person that you need to remove out of your life. But whatever it is that you need to let go, you need to let it go. You need to get from around this person. You need to right now decide that you're done putting up with this person, and allowing this person to remain in your life and to remain in your aura and your energy and destroying you from the inside out. You are the one that's going to have to put a stop to this. Stop ignoring the signs, stop ignoring the red flags, and stop ignoring what your gut has been telling you, what God has been telling you for the past however long you've been dealing with this person, because this is not something that just started with this person. You have been getting red flags about this person probably, I would say, 3 weeks, between 3 weeks and 3 months after meeting this person. So you've been known for a long time that they're not good for you. You need to remove yourself from around this person. They're not going to leave you alone. They will not leave you alone. You have to be the one that says, you know what, I cannot do this anymore. I will not do this anymore. They're never going to change. Only God can change a person if that's God's will for them to even change. And you've wasted too much of your life waiting, hoping, wishing, and ultimately wasting your energy, wasting your life force, precious energy on a person who continually abuses you and doesn't care. Okay? And I don't want to say that, I kind of want to say okay, you just get it. You get that now. You just get it. What you deserve now. You deserve this now, because of how long you've been condoning this and, accepting this. Because let's be honest, you staying in this relationship, you maintaining this and holding on to this, and you letting things fly under the radar, sweeping them under the rug consistently, you are condoning this relationship. You are signing off on it. No matter how bad you feel, no matter how bad you're being treated, no matter what they're doing to you and how sick of it you are and how many times you've complained and cried about it, you are still condoning it. You're condoning this behavior. You are allowing this person to treat you this way because you're not leaving. You're still there. Like, you're still there for them to do whatever the heck they want to do to you. They're still lying to you. They're still gaslighting you. They're still lying to you and making you feel like you're the one that's crazy. They're lying to you and telling you that you're the narcissist. They're doing everything that a narcissist does, okay? They're doing everything that a demonic person does. So, before you get completely consumed by this individual, because that's what they will do. You will be consumed, and if you're not careful and you don't leave when you need to leave, if you wait past the expiration date of your time to leave, they will consume you, and you run the risk of becoming a narcissist yourself, okay? They want to steal your light. They want to steal your... There's something in the back of the car that's just rolling around. I'm sorry, but you are a prime candidate target for this individual. They are soulless. They are empty inside. They have nothing to give them life force energy of their own. So they need your innocence. They need your chosen one aura, okay? Because you have all the light inside you. You have all of these good characteristics. You have morals, you have standards, you have, you're a good person, and they aren't. They need you to feed off of, because you make them look good, all right? They are using you so they can look good. Meanwhile, you feel drained, you feel tired, you feel upset, you feel used, you feel all these bad things, all these bad emotions, and they don't care. They don't care. As long as you remain there, as long as you remain in that house, as long as you remain in that marriage, as long as you remain in the vicinity of that narcissist who's getting whatever they want from you, and you're not standing up for yourself and putting your foot down, they will continue to feed off you. They will continue to use you. They will continue, right? Like, this is just what it is. Like, this is just what a narcissist does. And you know that. You know that. Like, so when you find this video, I hope this finds you when you already know deep down in your soul, like, just enough is enough. And like, this video you finally found this video, you landed on this video, and this is just like your confirmation to be like, okay, you know what? I'm wrapping up like my last few, pieces of courage I need to pull together, or whatever the case may be, because you have no other option. You need to run for your life. You have to go. And from a biblical standpoint, God doesn't call us to remain in toxic relationships. I don't care if it is a marriage. Yes, God hates divorce. We know that, okay? God hates divorce. But he does not call us to remain in a toxic relationship. Actually, being in a relationship like this is, pretty much, if, I don't know everybody's case personally, but in a lot of cases, that's biblical grounds for a divorce. Read your Bible. There are biblical grounds for divorce when people are outright living in sin. Your spouse is outright living in sin, not a follower of Jesus, a lover of sin. Look at what it says in 2 Timothy. All of the characteristics of a person who, is, out here living like a demon, in these last days. Those are not characteristics of a person, of someone who you should be married to. God does not call us to be married to somebody who's a follower of Satan. Because if you're not a follower of Christ, I'm sorry, but you're a follower of Satan. And people don't understand that. People think that they can just be in the middle. People think that, they can just get along being lukewarm. But the reality is, if you're not following Christ, if you're not a follower for Christ and living your life righteously and, living by the 10 Commandments and being a good person, truly from the inside out, okay, not just looking like you have, nice clothes on and a nice car and a nice home and a bank account filled with money, that's not enough. You have to actually be a follower of Christ and living righteously. So if you're not doing that, you're living lukewarm and you are on the side of the opposition. Okay, you are working for Satan, and a lot of times people don't even realize that they're on Satan's kingdom, but they are. Okay, and God does not call you to remain in a relationship with someone who is not a follower of Christ if you yourself is a follower of Christ. So you need to run for your life. Okay, so I'm going to read out of 2 Timothy chapter 3. And this is describing godlessness in the last days. Okay, so that's the main characteristic that you're going to be seeing out of a lot of people. Probably a lot of people that you come into contact with or that are in your life right now. But this describes the godlessness in the last days. But understand this, and this is the English Standard Version, by the way. I don't normally read this version. I normally read King James Version, but I don't have that Bible with me right now. But understand this, that in the last days there will come times of difficulty. For people will be lovers of self, lovers of money, proud, arrogant, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, heartless, unappeasable, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not loving good. All right? Like, these people out here, they don't want to do good. Like, good is wrong to these people. And wrong is good, right? That's how you know we're in the last days, because everybody want to do wrong and good is weird. Like, treacherous, reckless, okay? Out here drinking every day, out here drinking every week, out here doing drugs, out here fornicating, out here just doing whatever the heck you want to do, living in sin recklessly, okay? Thinking you know best, thinking you have all the answers, thinking that whatever you do, you can do it because you're you, just proud, swollen with conceit. Okay, does that sound familiar to any of y'all about these narcissists? Super conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God. It's right here in the Bible. Having the appearance of godliness. Okay? Like, we see that every day. People put on this facade of that there's some sort of a good person, or they, like they're don't stink. But, that's just your outward mask. That's just their outward appearance, which literally doesn't mean anything. They're empty and dead inside. They're soulless. Having the appearance of godliness, but denying its power. Avoid such people. Okay, avoid them. For among them are those who creep into households and capture weak women, silly women, as the KJV would say. Burdened with sins and led astray by various passions, always learning, but never able to arrive at a knowledge of truth. Okay? Just as Jannes and Jambres opposed Moses, so these men also opposed the truth. Men corrupted in mind and disqualified regarding the faith. But they will not get very far, for their folly will be plain to all, as was that of those two men. If they are not helping you in your walk with Christ, if they are not pouring into you like you pour into them, okay, you already know that they're not. If this person's a narcissist, it's time to go, babe. It's time to go. It is time to go. And the thing about it is like, you're capable of this. Like, you are so capable of this, because if you're someone who decides, like, because you stayed in this relationship for this long because clearly you've idolized this person, and that means you don't have God in your life. Put God in that position, okay? Now you need to take that person off this pedestal and put God up there. And I promise you, if you put God on the pedestal of your life and start idolizing God and start worshiping God and start living by the 10 Commandments and actually living your life right, get your life in order spiritually. I promise you. I promise you. I guarantee you, if you do that, you will come to terms and realize you never needed this person. Because everything that you need, you get from God, and He gives you everything that you need. You have already everything inside yourself. There's nothing to fear. There's literally nothing to fear. Take the leap, jump, leave him, leave her, leave your parent behind, leave your parents behind. Yes, you can love people from afar and you love your parents and you just wish they would change. You love that spouse, you wish they would change. But sometimes, you know, cutting your losses is more important than letting them drag you down with them. Misery loves company, right? And you know this already. But you gotta really be strong and realize, like, you can do this. Fear is only of the devil. God didn't put fear in you when you were created. Fear is not a fruit of the Spirit. That is a trick and a lie from the devil. And that's what that narcissist is banking on, because they want to put you in a position where you feel too scared to leave. But you need to show them that, you know, hey, I don't need you. You know, at the end of the day, I really don't. You could take away everything materially that you know, you thought that was, you know, something that I absolutely needed to survive. And I'm still going to survive and probably thrive. Actually, not probably. I will thrive and prosper 10 times more than I was when I was stuck with you. Because God will provide, and whatever I let go, whatever you let go, that is demonic and that is toxic, for the sake of God and for the sake of giving Him your life, He will multiply, He will replenish 10 times more. I don't know if it's just 10 times more. I gotta look back at that in the scriptures. But He will give you so much more than you think you lost. And really, you're not losing anything. You're gaining so much. And you don't see this when you're trapped in a relationship with a narcissist, because they are draining you so much to where you don't even know who you are anymore. You don't have the strength inside you anymore because they have it all. I know this is so crazy to even like think about, because it's like, how do they have my energy? Like, how do they have my strength? Like, how are they even doing this? But just trust me, okay? Because I was in there. I was married 4 years. Actually, I'm still married, but I was married 5 years. It's been 5 years now since I've been married, but I've been narcissist free for 10 months because I've separated from him. And thank God, I am like so much better now. I was sick before. Literally. I was sick before, and I didn't have what I have now, okay? I have much more now. I realize I realize so much more that I've regained, you know, and I'm just talking about like physically, mentally, and spiritually. Like inside, I feel a difference. After 10 months, I feel so much better, and that's a whole separate video. But they're draining you, they're stealing from you, and they don't care. They're never going to get better. You need to leave. You need to leave. And if you keep condoning this relationship, if you keep signing off on this, and you keep, you know, allowing this person to do this, you know, not only do you run the risk of turning into a narcissist yourself, but you're not in right standing with the Lord. You're not living right, because, you know, you cannot as a Christian and as someone who is a follower of Jesus Christ and is wanting to be, you know, saved one day. God is not happy with you by allowing this person to treat you this way and allowing this person to be the way that they are. You have to put your foot down and you have to say enough is enough and stand up for righteousness. You know, and if a person is not treating you right, and if they're not doing the right thing, and you don't stand up for yourself, you're just as guilty as they are. okay? And God is not going to bless that. He's not going to bless that. He's not going to bless you. As long as you're connected to that, as long as you're connected to this person, allowing them to be this way because you won't put your foot down and you won't walk away from this person because of the way that they're acting, he will not bless you. Bad things are going to happen to you. Bad things are going to happen to you in your life because you're mixed up with sin, right? You're mixed up with demons, and what you need to do is completely disassociate with this person. Completely disassociate from this person. Have the strength and be brave and just do it, all right? You know you've been wanting to do it now for the longest time, so just do it. I love you. I love you so, so much. And if this video helped you at all, please let me know down in the comments. Please send it and forward it to someone who needs it, because chances are you know someone who's trapped in a narcissistic relationship. Send it to them. Let people know that they can be free. We were all born individually. We came out individually from our mother's wombs. We did not come out attached to this person. We did not come out attached to these people. We don't freaking need them. We don't. They need us. Okay, so realize that. And I hope this video helped you guys, and I'm out. I love you guys. Peace.